starting the day at 6 o'clock this morning, and this is what was left over from dinner last night. This is just realistic. Sometimes that happens, so we just kind of go with the flow. Of course, I'm going to make a French press. The first thing I want when I wake up is coffee. Like most of us, I know some of you probably prefer tea, but coffee is my go-to right now, and I like to add just a little bit of cinnamon, and then I'm going to get started on the kids' continental breakfast. This is pretty much what we have Monday through Friday, and it varies day to day, but we pretty much always have fresh fruit on hand. We usually always have bagels, waffles, and yogurt. So usually it's some combination of that and or a cereal. And sometimes I will switch it up on our homeschool days. I'll sometimes make a little bit larger breakfast if we wake up early and I have the time to, but I pretty much like to jump straight away into homeschool. So usually it is continental. So I'm just getting everything set up at the bar, getting them their juice boxes, and then I'm going to go upstairs and start getting ready. But before that, I'm going to wake them up. I'm dressed-ish for the day. I typically just throw something on that is like presentable if I have to get out of the car, and then after that I'll come home and actually get ready for the day. So right now I'm just making my coffee and I'm trying out a new creamer. It's a superfood mushroom creamer. I should have known better. It has coconut cream in it and I love coconut cream, but in my coffee I feel like it tastes bitter, so I ended up not being such a fan of this, you see. But I am going to have to end up drinking it because if I try a new thing and I'm trying out a new brand, I do try to be really intentional, even if it's not my favorite, to go ahead and finish it. And then after I've talked to the kids while they're eating, after they've gotten ready and come downstairs, I start working on getting the kids' lunches together. Sometimes I do this the night before, but we typically have something warm, so I always usually make it in the morning. And usually I have my categories, as you guys know from my back to school video, but we had a hodgepodge of leftover items, so I decided just to use up all those leftover items. They were all things that the kids liked, but it was definitely a weird variety. And also, since Brooke is now vegetarian, it's been a little bit more difficult to situate her lunches because it's not what we usually do, but we're working on it. And then her birthday is coming up, so she breaks off one of these rings so she knows how many days are left before her birthday. And then after I get all the lunches packed up, I go ahead and start to clean up just a little bit if we have time, and usually we do. The kids are pretty good about getting up. I don't really have anyone that it's really hard to get them up. Then once I get back from dropping them off, I have my breakfast, which this might look odd to you, but I love it so much. It's smoked salmon, and this brand, by the way, is like one of my favorite smoked salmons. The cottage cheese as well is one of my favorites, with a little bit of potatoes. And then I work on my second cup of coffee, and while I'm doing that, I just kind of pick up the downstairs area, open the windows, wake up the house. I usually do try to pick everything up the night before, make sure the kitchen's clean and all that good stuff, but when we have late extracurriculars, sometimes that doesn't happen. And the night before this, we were trying out a new extracurricular schedule, and so we didn't get home till, I don't know, maybe like almost 8 o'clock, and then 8 after that. So it was just a weird night, and this is what the house looked like after not picking it up for the day. Anyways, after things are picked up, I just like to turn on the fireplace, knock the chill out of the air, and then I read a book for about maybe 10-20 minutes. I'm a serial half book reader since having kids, so the only way I found to be able to actually complete a book is to kind of steal these little 10-20 minute moments where I can just sit down and read a few pages, and that helps me finish books a lot quicker. It used to take me like a month, and now it's like maybe like a week or two. So anyways, now after I finish my coffee, I go ahead and start working on the dishes, even though I'd rather sit there and read that book for much longer. After this, I would normally head upstairs and start my cleaning routine, but on this day I had bananas that had to be made. Obviously, they're looking pretty brown. While I'm making banana bread, I want to chat about routine flexibility. I will divert my routine if I need to, and that might mean that I don't complete my usual schedule, but that's okay. I just try my best to prioritize in the moment, and not wasting food is definitely a priority over cleaning my bathroom. Personally, I have 2 different routines for different days. Currently, I have 2 different morning routines. This is a routine for when the 2 older kids are at school. This past year is when I really had to recognize how often my schedules will have to adjust. For roughly the first 5 years of motherhood, I was able to practice the same morning routine. Then they started school and I had to adjust my schedule, and now I've had to adjust for extracurricular activities. So really with my routines, I give myself somewhat loose parameters. I have a bare minimum list and then a brain dump list. My bare minimum list includes the things that have to get done for basic family and household function. My bare minimum list is scheduled, which includes things like making meals, washing laundry, and cleaning. Brain dump list is not scheduled and is basically just a running list of things that need to get done, but the house won't come crashing down if they don't. Now I'm just finishing up cleaning this kitchen, then we're gonna get the banana bread out of the oven, look at that, and get ready for the day. Headband or no headband? I am thinking headband for a couple of reasons. The first is that I still have lots of cleaning to do. And so having it out of my face, I think, is smart. And then also kind of have a whole ballerina vibe going on today. So I think I'll stick with the headband. Look what I just noticed though. See that? The light is shining perfectly and I can see all those cobwebs. So we're definitely going to get those up before I go upstairs. That's crazy. I feel like I clean under there so often. How did that accumulate so fast? Before we clean, we must try the banana bread. Isn't that right?
Yes.
Oh, can we see you? There's your face. All right. All right, here we go. Look, nice and yummy.
I don't like that sounds.
Okay, I think it's good. Zoom, 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 zoom. Do you like that one?
Mm-hmm.
Do you want more?
Yes.
Yes, that's how I know you like some things, if you want more. Mommy's going to give it a go, okay? A classic. Now that I'm upstairs, I'm starting a load of laundry. I typically do about 1 to 2 loads every day. And if you guys know me at all by now, then you know that's only washing. That does not include putting it away. Getting it put away is something that constantly ends up being moved to the brain dump list. I long for the day that I can tell you guys that I actually got all my laundry done in one sitting, but this season is not the season for that, I guess. Anyway, so now I'm just working on cleaning up the playroom, and also I need to show you this little paper I found. I usually don't read these, but for whatever reason, this one caught my attention, and I'm glad it did. It says, "You are not the heir to the throne, brother." And now I'm just getting some things put up in the attic that need to be put up in the attic. We don't have a very large attic, so we just keep minimal things up there, but I'm adding this little TV that I kind of don't know what to do with, that we don't use up there, and then some off-season shoes, or some shoes that Ems will fit in that Brooke no longer fits in, more so. And then just cleaning up all the little bits. There's always little bits of paper everywhere. We're going to get this vacuumed up. And basically for my morning routine on this day, my goal is to get all of the upstairs bedrooms clean and all of the upstairs bathrooms clean. That is the goal. Does that always happen? Of course not. Obviously, I made banana bread and had to do a little bit of extra cleaning downstairs that day. And I'm also going to be stopping my day early this day because I was meeting up with a girlfriend at about like 12:30 or so, and friends and family definitely come first, and so we've been trying to get together for a while, so I definitely prioritize that. Now, if I don't get everything accomplished, I always try to pick and choose what is the worst. So the kids' bathroom was definitely the worst bathroom. And when I don't get everything accomplished upstairs, I don't actually try to get it done on any day that I wouldn't normally be doing this. On the next designated day that I would be cleaning, I just kind of picked up where I left off. And so some days it's a really large cleaning task like this day, and then other days it's really just very minimal. So it just depends. And that's also part of the reason I try to be really intentional about the items that we have in our house. Even though I'm not a minimalist, I do feel like every single thing that we have, we love and use. And if we don't, we go ahead and move it on. And so even though I sometimes have to skip, like today, I'm going to have to skip doing the bedrooms, even though I'm going to have to skip that, it's never going to be so chaotic that it takes me, any more than a couple hours to get in order. So that really helps a lot and allows me to have grace. Oh, there I am. Allows me to have grace if I don't get it done and just kind of be okay with the mess, because it's always going to be there. Like I always say, time with friends and family is not always going to be there. So I definitely have learned to just kind of let certain things go and be okay with just picking it up on the next scheduled day. And because I do this specific cleaning schedule 2 times a week, that means that it typically always gets done. It just may not always get done at one time. Now, if I'm really on top of it, then I definitely can get it all done. And especially if I've set myself up for success the night before. So if I've done my nighttime routine properly, which is to make sure that the kids clean up all their things out of the bathroom and bedrooms, then that helps, because the following day I have less to do when I come upstairs. I just have more of kind of this sort of stuff that you're seeing now, like wiping down baseboards, cleaning out toilets and stuff like that. So, and this is how it turned out afterwards. It's just clean, nothing special. Eventually, I'm going to get one of those magnetic lint bins, but right now I have a little basket upstairs, and that's where I've been putting our lint and our trash in. So I'm just going to straighten that up. And also, I got new bar stool covers. I love these things because they're black. The tan ones bit the dust almost immediately. And now it's about noon, and so I'm going to get Ems dressed in just a few minutes. First, I'm just putting the finishing touches on my outfit. So I'm throwing on some heels. These are actually from Shoes of Prey. I did a collection with them years ago. You could actually create your own shoes. Such a cool idea, but unfortunately they went out of business. And that is the end of our morning routine. Here's a clip of Ems after I got her dressed, making herself an avocado and turkey sandwich. She likes to do all the things independently when she can. Next week's video is actually her birthday party prep and her birthday, so stay tuned for that one. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.